Okay, next up, tight ends, Coach Nathan Brock. Any questions, Rod?
I guess when you first got here, the tight end position, using wide receivers, that type of thing, where do you feel like the position has progressed since that time and where you are right now?
Yeah, so I think, as a whole, we view the tight end position in our offense as a guy that creates mismatches for the defense, right? We line them up in a lot of different ways. We ask them to run block, pass block, catch balls. So I think that we've done a really good job in developing those guys to do it all, right? And getting guys on the field that have multiple skill sets, can do different things for us. But really, since, to answer your question, since I first got here, we've had a lot of depth in that room. I think that, if you look at the room right now, we got a lot of guys that are working really hard and guys that have played at other places and guys that push each other. So just really developing a total package tight end, somebody can go out and do everything that we ask them to do and not just be one-dimensional.
Kelly?
With, guys graduating and moving on, you're got a different group now. You got JT you brought in and you have Josh back, but he didn't play a ton last year because of injuries. Just how do you kind of develop that depth with those guys, Harry, the guys that are new here, and then mixing them in while you try to develop the future as well?
Yeah, so I think that, what we've done is the last couple of years, I think we've done a really good job of evaluating guys that are the right fit for us as an offense, right? And the first thing that we look at is the mentality piece of it, right? How are they wired? Are they hard workers? Do they care about football? Do they care about their teammates? And then from there to kind of develop them, right? We've got a bunch of guys that, like I said a second ago, just push each other, right? So, JT, who's going to talk to you guys in a minute, he's doing a great job for us right now. Coming in, he's starting to be a little bit more vocal, but at the same time, he's focused on himself. And we got guys that, are focused on their self-betterment. As far as, spring ball is going, there's no depth chart. Everybody's playing, everybody's getting reps. And really that's, so A, those guys can come in and learn what we're doing and how we do things, but then B, some of the younger guys like Luke Harpering, for example, can still develop, and he's going in ones, twos, threes, right? Everybody's going with everybody. Again, like Coach Eubanks was saying, to build that comfortability with each other. I think that, as a whole, like I said, the group's doing a really good job every day, coming to work, pushing each other, and they're a great group to coach, really, because they all love football. They love being at Georgia Tech, and just continuing to get them going the right direction.
Chad?
How much did what Jackson did last year, maybe even Dylan the year before that, helps you sell what you guys are doing in the tight end position to prospects and even young guys on the roster? Yeah,
certainly. It certainly helped. Those two guys over the last 2 years have done a great job, and Luke Benson also did a great job for us. But really, again, that goes back to the mentality and the mindset piece. When we look at guys, and a year ago when we brought Jackson in, he was a guy that played really good football up in the Ivy Leagues and wanted to take another step in his development. And obviously, when you have guys that come in and people see success there, it helps in the recruiting piece of it, right? And, I'm not going to speak ahead, but, JT is a guy that was in our league and watched us on tape, a little bit of crossover film last year and saw that, right? And saw how, our guys played, the brand of football they played. So that certainly has helped, yep.
Kelly?
Last year, Brett was able to help you as Coach Brett. And he's working his way back now. How do you kind of keep him engaged and so forth when he's not, full go?
Yep. So, obviously, 2 seasons ago now, Brett played a lot of football for us. Last year had the setback with the injury. He's done a great job of staying engaged and being a vocal guy in that room. He's now been here for a while. He A, cares a lot, B, knows the offense. So then he's able to, when I'm coaching guys on the field, sometimes he's able to pull guys to the side and help over the course of practice get some things corrected and fixed. And then, he's fired up to get going again. I know that he's chomping at the bit to get back healthy from his injury, and, he'll be ready to go this year, and couldn't be more excited for Brett.
Any more questions? Go ahead. Go.
Just Luke is kind of a freaky athlete guy,
Yeah.
and it seems like he has a bright future, obviously great lineage. How do you kind of develop him? He's in a room with a lot of older guys, and just what does that look like, and what do you see as kind of his ceiling?
Yeah, I tell the guys all the time, right? The best guys are going to play, whether you're 19 years old or 25. And we've, over the last few years, had a mix of that, right? We brought in some older guys, but the best guys are going to play. And so there's opportunity every day for Luke to go out and compete. He does some things really, really well, right? With the ball in his hands, playing in space. And then there's still that piece of being a younger guy of locking in on the details, right? My alignment, just hand placement, things like that, he's still continuing to develop playing the tight end position, right? Because he was a defensive end in high school. So there's still some nuances that he's learning in the position, but he's doing a great job for us. He's got, like you said, a really bright future. Excited to see all the ways that he can help us this year. But yeah, Luke's doing a great job. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Yep, thank you. Yep, thanks. Yep. Thanks, Kelly.
See you, Brett.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep.